This is a tough question to answer. All right, between the new ModTub you just reviewed and the Ice Barrel 300, both are insulated, which would you choose? See, I try not to do a ton of the comparison side by side because they're all different experiences. The Ice Barrel is more round, it's a little bit shorter, there's a seat, there's armrests, you get in there, you sit down, and you're in more of an active pose, or at least I am. I'm 6'1", so when I get in there, there's not a ton of leg room, so I'm kind of forced into that like cross-legged active pose. Sometimes I have my knees up kind of in my chest and sit in that active pose, but I like the active pose. The ModTub, also incredibly insulated. These things are both incredible options, whether you use a chiller or you just choose to use ice. The insulation is absolutely incredible on both. The ModTub is a little bit longer. It's a little bit, I don't know if it's wider, but it's a rectangle. So it's got more volume. There's no real backrest. It's a Grizzly cooler. So when you get in there, you're getting into a cooler. And it's actually very comfortable. It's just two different experiences though. When you're in the Grizzly cooler, when you're in the ModTub cooler, you're kind of laid back, kind of like rounded back. You can sit up, but kind of the same thing. For my height, I have to almost lean back, and it is comfortable. Neither of them are uncomfortable. They both accomplish the same mission. I get underwater, I can get cold, and they can both be compatible with a chiller, which is something I love, so because I live here in Florida. So it's a tough question for me to answer because I truly think that both are great and they both have totally different experiences. So I would follow up that question with another question and say, one, how tall are you? How much do you weigh? What's your usage gonna be like? Are you gonna be using ice? Are you gonna be using a chiller? Is it gonna be inside? Is it gonna be outside? Because both are great. Neither of them sweat because they're so insulated. So you're not gonna have a bunch of drippage on the ground from the actual barrel or the cooler itself. The tubes and the pump and all those other things potentially might leak a little bit of water, but you can also use both of these with just ice, which is great. It's a tough one. It's a toss-up. It's honestly up to you. Preference as far as looks go, customizability. I know that Ice Barrel has just a black color, but it does look really cool. ModTub has gray as their standard color currently, and they have a bunch of different color options, which are a little more money. You can't just buy the ModTub as it sits. You'd have to just go buy the cooler somewhere. And comparably, they're very similar in price if you just bought the cooler and you just bought the Ice Barrel. But the cool thing is you can have the whole setup with the ModTub for a little bit more, and the system is great. You can go hot or cold, and Ice Barrel is about to launch their chiller, which I hear is absolutely incredible, and it's going to be extremely affordable. So I don't have an answer for you. I personally love both. I personally use both on a daily basis, so I know I probably didn't help you at all. I hope I somewhat maybe did, maybe a little bit. But the cool thing is I'm going to continue answering your questions anyway. So if you have a question for me, it can be any question at all, post in the comments below, or you can send it to me privately. On Instagram, it's @dmossjr, and I love to respond to any questions that I get, but I also love to respond to those questions by making a video answering that question. So make them good questions, make it a good one, and we'll have some fun with it. Other than that, I'll see you guys on the next video. Have a great day, and God bless.